when you instruct someone to do something and he doesn't do so, you now either sanction. If you are powerless, you get angry, go home and sleep. This parliament simply has no any other option of now creating a debate that we concluded. I was here to listen to the sentiments of everybody. There is nothing new that is being raised here that was not raised that time. I therefore want to persuade you, Mr. Speaker, that we take one of those routes. The Honorable Nsereko has already read to you Rule 224, Contempt of Parliament. We have listened, they have said we have refused. The option is either to sanction them. If we are powerless, we get angry, go home, listen to another one, he says I also refused, and then we go home. Instead of wasting our time here redoing we had a whole day debate, and now the Honorable Minister says no, you didn't have all the information, and then he reads the information that is in the budget framework paper. To him that is new. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, I am persuading you to apply our rules. 120 is under which they are bringing these reports. 220. 224 says we can actually do something. And I want to urge this parliament to do something. Not just listen and then persuade them casually that you can go back and frame a bit and then return. Then we will never do anything, Mr. Speaker.
Before you respond, just let me allow one of us to provide some information in the law.
Madam Speaker, I want to thank you. The Honorable Musasizi, my OB, was making reference to the Public Finance Management Act. Madam Speaker, I think we need to set the record straight. If the reason for not implementing the resolution of Parliament is with the Public Finance Management Act, then we must be very clear about it. Unless, Madam Speaker, draw the attention of this House to Section 30 of the Public Finance Act, Public Finance Management Act, which is to the effect, for avoidance of doubt, all revenues or other monies raised or received for purposes of government shall be paid into and shall form part of the consolidated fund, except the revenues specified in Section 29. Now, the revenues specified in that section, to my understanding, include revenues from local governments. And right, Honourable Speaker, both the Constitution and the Local Government Act have authorized the local governments to actually collect and use money. Now, what is happening, with due respect to the minister, is that it is government violating the law. There is no legal impediment. And if you were really very honest and were acting in good faith, part of what you should have done in Rule 220, in detailing the action point, would have been a proposal to have an amendment in the law if you thought there was a challenge. But to say you abide by the law, and yet there is a resolution of this House, right, Honourable Speaker, with due respect, that would be not taking the resolutions of this House with the seriousness. They should have come here to say we have a legal constraint, but out of respect for the resolution, we want to have this law amended. They are not talking about it. So I wanted to clear the air on matters of the law, so that we don't leave this House believing that the failure, yes, information.
You see, Honorable Speaker, we made the Public Finance Act with the Honorable Musasizi, and he knows it very well. We took protection of the Local Government Act, not disempower local government. We allowed local government to continue collecting money. Even as we speak today, local government collects money in terms of procurement on behalf of URA. If you are procuring service from URA, from local government, maybe to build a school, you pay tax. That tax goes to the account of local government wants visit to URA. So there is no legal provision. Honorable Speaker, and the information I'm giving you, there is no goodwill in the means of finance to allow local government collect the money and spend. As Honorable Lukolobi said, they think that local government embezzles this money, it increases corruption. The Minister of Finance has allowed this company doing the National Identity Card to collect money in total violation of the Public Finance Act. The Minister of Finance has allowed the Entebbe Express, that company, collecting money in total violation. They collect money, take to private account. There are so many sections to where you have allowed total violation, because all monies, unless authorized by Parliament, is supposed to go to consolidated fund account. Under the Local Government Act, the law allows them to collect money and spend.
Thank you, Honorable. Let's conclude this matter, colleagues.
Therefore, Right Honourable Speaker, for record purposes, our colleagues that side on the front bench should give another reason for not implementing the resolution of Parliament, but not hide under the law, because the law is very clear. I beg to submit.
Thank you. Colleagues, we've concluded on this matter. All of you have submitted, and I appreciate, but I had already ruled and guided as per Rule 87 of our Rules of Procedure. So that's very, very clear. You gave very useful information, and I was just watching to see whether they are taking note, because we don't want this to be a contest, so much of a contest. So on Thursday, Minister of Finance come back on this issue after you consulted the Attorney General, and we ensure we close this issue. And we sort it, because members are dissatisfied with the action taken. And you need them to come on board. And we are still early in the budgeting process, so we can hear this. Okay? Yeah. So Minister, go on the second resolution. On Thursday, I'll put you on order paper to handle this matter. Honourable Minister, next resolution. Minister for Finance.
Mr. Speaker, resolution number 2 was a resolution of Parliament to highlight the decline in ethical and moral values in the country and propose solutions to reversing the destructive decline. Parliament was urging government to ensure increased budgets for accountability agencies such as judiciary, police, and Inspector General of Government. The response: the budget of the judiciary, Uganda Police Force, and the Inspectorate of Government was enhanced as detailed below. Judiciary: in addition to the enhanced funding of 177.53 billion to the budget of the judiciary in financial year 2021-2022 for recruitment of judicial officers and facilitate them to effectively execute their duties, government provided additional shilling 5 billion for financial year 2022-23 for construction of court buildings. So on top of the 177.53 billion which we added, we have added another 5, making it about nearly 190 million shillings. Now, Uganda Police Force, the budget for financial year 2022-23 for Uganda Police Force was enhanced by shillings 62.397 billion as follows: 1.5 billion for Directorate of Crime Intelligence to enhance their capacity to scale up the human intelligence collection capabilities. 23.897 billion for settlement of domestic arrears. 3 billion for renovation of existing barracks. 20 billion to cater for shortfalls in classified operations. 14 billion to cater for operational shortfalls, fuel, food, and maintenance, general maintenance. For the Inspectorate of Government, Mr. Speaker, the budget for financial year 2020 to 23 for the Inspectorate was enhanced by 26 million shillings to strengthen transparency, accountability, and anti-corruption interventions. I beg to submit.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Colleagues, I've seen some of you moving out. In case you're moving out, please pass by the reception and you pick copies of the revised rules of procedure. You remember we amended the rules, so we have for you copies of the revised rules. And also tomorrow, colleagues, I want to inform you we shall be debating and concluding a motion